are you going to accept the compromise shower room, which will give you more time that you want, or are you going to say no and then accept the ramifications of saying no? If I say no, I know that this will happen. I will be served with notice, and that's what we're here to ask today. Because
the advocate,
on the one hand, you accept the compromise, and you've got time to, at your leisure, find another property, a ground floor flat. If you don't accept the compromise on a matter of principle and ethics, it works against you. However, I understand that you have those principles and you have an ethical code of your own, which end within the tenancy too. But that's going to give you less time, a very short amount of time, and the possible consequences of not finding a property within that short amount of time will be an uncomfortable stay in temporary accommodation where you will not. We were concerned that would be quite distressing. The people who are allowed downstairs pale into insignificance when you have to live in some temporary accommodation that is offered by local authorities. Mm-hmm. There are people. You are a great tenant, and that's why he's offering you this compromise. Mm-hmm. However, you are a vulnerable person. Some of the people who fail at tenancies are not. They've never intended to try and keep that tenancy.
Well, I have a position that I've learned from this experience, mm-hmm. and not to put myself in a position of such a tendency, and not to allow a business or any business to have any additional constitutional purposes about the tenancy that are anything that deal with the social or business or other politics of the locality, or any proximity of any individual that is anyway intermediary to social of other persons that is represented in any way as not tangible, or that association politics disabled people don't have, or that disabled people are normally abused. I have no allegations of that against the landlord.
No.
My purpose is, as an intuitive person, is to seek accommodation that don't have any of those issues. My absolute point of view mm-hmm. is that I have not enjoyed the accommation, and that's been my position since 2014.
You've got difficult neighbours. And a landlord has not understood your position and has been, you feel, abusive to you. Yeah. However, he's taken I believe he's reflected on that. Mm-hmm. Mr. Okay. Wade and Wade probably says reflected on that, and then thought, well, yes, Alex is vulnerable. Alex has got a point. I did overreact possibly, and I'm going to compromise.
The landlord, cannot make his tenants vulnerable or make dealings over the tenancy.
Well, he can if the vulnerability of landlords,
like Pimlico.
A landlord can ask for his property back, and that puts you.
My concern is I've rented from someone obviously who's rented a rail house out, a flat which is normally low rent, or mm-hmm. he's got whatever he's gotten for it, which is probably whatever he's represented it's worth. And I'm out.
Whatever people are willing to pay, but we're not here to talk about that.
His position
we were here just to ascertain
guaranteed money from the council, and the council perhaps was happy to pay him the money, and
have you considered, Alex,
the benefit for him, at the expense of the eligibility of those monies for the sale.
Can you listen, please? The other benefit of accepting the compromise and having a shower room put in is that it does give you more time. It gives you time to find the perfect property at your leisure. Not accepting the compromise gives you a very limited time frame, and I believe, and Cliff believes, that you will end up in temporary accommodation, which is not, I don't think, conducive with your position and your disability, and I don't think it will be a pleasurable experience at all.
Okay.
And that's what concerns us both.
Well, it's better to go through a period of further hardship than to not be fulfilled at all. And the tenancy has to be to agree to fulfilling. My position, rules upon moving in, is that I only have interpersonal relationships. I don't have, situations or circumstances that are unpredictable. I don't have unknown factors that have proximity, that are sharing space, because I have an understanding of myself under that roof. Now, what I have to understand is the social aspects, and what I've had to understand, for example, when I'm in my flat or when I go out, is my constitutional purposes as an individual that are social, business oriented towards services available to disabled and services I paid for, like literature, for example, interpersonal perception, self and others, and other things that really stem from an organization in London. I think it's called the Philadelphia Association, which I paid, so much money for, which was not subscriptions.
No?
They're books, literature that's psychotherapeutic. Now the position is that I benefited from that more so than other things, and I guess, and then of course there's
So I've got the picture now.
Yeah.
I get it, Alex. We're just going to play this out.
Well, their position, I guess there's a position of non-conformity, and then there's religion prevailing in a person's community, which of course is the business, social, and other aspects that are at whatever cost of rent, at cost of commerce, and all proximities that are associated, and all factors of intuition, and
well, we're not going to take up any more of your time now, because you are clear that you've made it clear to me and to Cliff today that you're not going to...
That's the basis of, what
you're not
how
going to
businesses decide and how intelligent people decide.
You're not going to accept the
human people
compromise.
decide.
Of course, yeah, and that's I understand.
And that's
and I respect that, as does Cliff, and that's why we're here, to have this conversation.
Most people I would get in, if a person were very, very slow, such as retarded, they would intuitively know if someone had the wrong idea, if they were taking a piss at them or talking to them,
force them into
and we're talking nicely and sort of laughing at them or saying something, meaning something that they weren't saying, which is the human experience or the intuitive experience, or the sacred human experience, which is the individual or the person's social experience before the community.
Well, how do you
with the
feel about how
community.
we've dealt with you today?
And then there's the
how do you feel about this meeting?
And then there's the social business and other politics
Alex,
of the.
How do you feel about this meeting? Do you feel you've explained things adequately?
Yes. I have to have that position, because that's the only position I have, because you've taken the time to.
Well, you thought about it, and you've come to meet us.
That was very nice.
I'm sorry we couldn't get to you on the Monday. I do apologise. That was partly my fault, and the weather, of course.
It was very nice of you to. I mean, because we had an open file since 2015.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
And I had some bad experiences, and my position is therapeutic, that I don't have reactions to things that are distressful, and to obviously. I have a lot of receipts where I've had to go somewhere else to sleep, which was at a tremendous cost over 3 years.
Okay.
That's my position, because their position as tenants is they're right, I'm in the wrong, and they're obviously the roof of the house, which is at an expense.
Okay. So what do you suggest we do from here then, Cliff? Do we look at dealing with this on an immediate basis, liaising with?
Well, I think we should definitely not say immediate. I think that the thing to do is within the next few days.
It's just a technical phrase. What I mean is, we wouldn't work with you for.
Is to discuss the advocate, maybe to talk to me on the phone and to arrange a meeting, but first I discussing over the phone with him, maybe on Skype or something, legal issues and what I should read and go over in terms of my position.
Okay. Your focus now will not to worry about the advocate as such, and not to think they're going to answer.
Because I've given the benefit
solve
of the
all my
doubt
problems.
to the neighbours, but I've also
I
paid
wouldn't
additional
worry about
£50,
any of that now.
and I've given
There's
them
no need to
written-
worry about the neighbours.
written
Honestly,
letters,
Alex, no need to worry about any of it because
We're very
events
professional
will
and
unfold now that you don't need to worry about any of that as such.
Because
Because
I
all
don't
you need to worry about
have any
is
association politics, so therefore I
all
just
you,
provide a
all you need
benefit
to
of
worry
the doubt.
about now, and your main focus.
Because I only have association politics.
Your main focus, and you need to focus on this.
In
will
perimeter
be.
it's called.
Well, what's your what do you think your focus is now?
Well, I've got to somehow, take notes and go over.
Nah, I don't think so. I think what you need to focus on now, my personal opinion, and Cliff's as well, is you really need to start working hard to finding another property that you're willing to live in.
Well, I should look over what we've discussed and
Because
and then make a decision on what options I've had.
Okay.
And like I told Cliff, I mean my position has been, to